Hello, welcome to another webinar series by Spectral Evolution. My name is Nicolas Vangean. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing here at Spectral Evolution. And today we have a great webinar about a new instrument that we've introduced for field measurements. And our remote sensing specialist, McKenzie Woodman, will be talking about the advantages of high resolution spectroscopy for field applications. We'll still have a few people joining, so I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to talk about spectral evolution, and then I will have McKenzie start his presentation. So Spectral Evolution is a company based in the USA. We've been in business for over 20 years now, and we are a leader in the manufacture of high-resolution spectrometers and spectroradiometers that are portable. And our specialty is to do spectrometers that cover the full range from the ultraviolet to the infrared. So from a wavelength range, we're looking at from 350 nanometers to 2,500 nanometers. The applications that we serve are a lot of applications for both field and lab measurements. So the remote sensing world, the vegetation and environmental science is one of our big applications, as well as mining and geological applications. And we do have as well quite a lot of applications in the lab because our instruments are high resolution and high sensitivity. So they're used for a variety of lab applications as well. So for environmental science and remote sensing, we're looking at application, any researchers doing climate change research, environmental science, whether it's crop science, soil science, agronomy, geophysical science, have an interest in using field spectroscopy. In the mining world, exploration companies are using NIR spectroscopy to identify minerals in their samples and be able to vector to ore deposits. So a lot of geologists have adopted that technology as well. And other applications that we serve are more in lab environments for photonics, so light measurements, light laser measurements. Solar panel manufacturer use our instruments as well. And there's also a lot of applications for military and defense. And NIR spectroscopy is a good tool as well for quality science. So like pharmaceutical, for instance, forensic, archaeology as an interest in using these instruments. So today, we're going to talk about a new instrument, the NaturaSpec Ultra, and we're going to explain as well why spectral resolutions and high performance is important in the spectroscopy and especially in field spectroscopy. So McKenzie Woodman is our remote sensing application specialist, and he will be presenting to you this new instrument. At the end of this session, we will have time for questions. So what we will ask is if you have any questions that comes up, please use the Q&A tab in the webinar, so you can send us a chat with your questions. And at the end of the session, we will gather the questions of interest, and we will address them. So thank you very much for attending, and I'm relaying now the passing the microphone to McKenzie. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. So my name is McKenzie Woodman. I'm the remote sensing application specialist here at Spectral Evolution. As you said, I'm going to be introducing our new remote sensing instrument in our remote sensing series, the NaturaSpec Ultra. And so how this is going to be organized is first I'll go over some of the challenges of field spectroscopy, then the advantages of the NaturaSpec Ultra and finally, some of the use cases and applications of the spectrometer. So when you're in the field, the primary challenges are an uncontrolled environment. So environmental conditions can change rapidly, and so you need a reliable instrument as well as good repeatability in the field. For field campaigns, accessibility, portability is at a premium, and the setup complexity, as well as acquisition times for scans. And the primary limitation of field instruments is the quality of the data, or the most important thing in field spectroscopy is the quality of the data. So as far as field conditions, as many of you probably know, when you go in the field, the weather can change on a dime. So what we've done to address these problems is we have a rugged instrument that is weatherproof and temperature controlled. It has solid and stable connection detectors, as well as auto optimization for each scan. So even in harsh or outdoor conditions, you are able to collect good quality data quickly and reliably. So some other things that we've incorporated into this new instrument is a portable. It's portable and battery operated. It has Bluetooth connectivity and auto optimization for each scan, and simplicity of operation. So it is very quick to get this going in the field. There's only a few buttons to get it connected to your computer or tablet or field tablet. And it's very well portable in our backpack using our remote sensing bundle. And so the most important point that we are going to drive home here today is the high resolution detectors and high sensitivity of the NaturaSpec Ultra. So currently this is the highest resolution field instrument on the market today. And it's a high quality item. So one of the biggest challenges in remote sensing applications is typically you need to deploy a field instrument to validate some of your data from either satellites or drones. And so the typical limitations of satellite and drone hyperspectral cameras or multispectral cameras is the resolution of the spectral data. So in order to validate a hyperspectral camera, you need to have an instrument on the ground that is higher resolution, or at least matches the resolution. And so currently the NaturaSpec Ultra can validate almost any satellite or remote sensing camera on the market today. So here you can see in this figure in the middle of the graph is just a representation of different spectral resolutions. And so you can see that like Landsat, which is a multispectral satellite, has a much coarser resolution compared to Avaris, which is a hyperspectral satellite. But you can see here that the laboratory line is a representation of what a field instrument would be able to record. And the data quality is excellent and will make for better conclusions in any studies that you may be undertaking using incorporating ground truthing or validation. And then on the right here, we just see that this is a representation of spatial resolution, not necessarily spectral resolution. And so you can see you can be a lot more targeted with a field instrument compared to a satellite or a drone. So you can use that to help validate what your pixels in a raster image from a satellite or something like that, you can unmix certain pixels using a field instrument and really get an idea of what's in your study area and improve your study that way as well. So the improvements that we've made, or the specs on this instrument, is primarily in relation to the spectral resolution. So the NaturaSpec Ultra in the UV Vis has a 1024 element UV enhanced silica array. In SWIR 1, we have a 512 element thermoelectrically cooled in-gas array. And in SWIR 2, we have a 512 element thermoelectrically cooled extended in-gas array. So we currently have 1.5 nanometers in the Vis, 3 nanometers in SWIR 1, and 3.8 nanometer resolution in SWIR 2. Like I said, this is currently the highest resolution field instrument on the market and will stand up to nearly any field tasks. This is twice the number of elements than a standard high resolution spectroradiometer currently. So how do you collect lab quality spectral data in the field? We have a rugged, reliable, portable, and stable instrument to deliver to you into the field. We have unrivaled ultra high resolution data, no moving parts within the instrument, which helps to make it more rugged and reliable. We have thermoelectrically cooled detectors to increase stability, dust and humidity proof enclosure, powder coated aluminum chassis, high impact handle and protective bumpers, again, to make it more reliable in the field and ruggedness, and high capacity lithium ion batteries for even your longest field outings, as well as Bluetooth connection to increase your usability in the field and less wires between the instrument and the data collection. So the ultra high resolution enables field validation and calibration of even the highest and most modern satellite data, as well as hyperspectral camera data. This industry is rapidly growing with increased resolutions and data products, and the NaturaSpec Ultra is on the forefront of these innovations and helps to optimize these other instruments that work alongside it. The resolution helps to target even the most minor deviations in your spectral data and helps you build the most reliable high resolution libraries to match your spectral data to. So this instrument is ideal for creating hyperspectral libraries, as it will be able to collect data on even the smallest of features. And so one of the ways that it increases data quality is the high sensitivity that is primarily due to the optical design. So every fiber optic brings light to each detector. No fiber optic coupling means no attenuation and no calibration loss when removing the fiber, since there's a keyway. And so we have an excellent noise equivalence radiance for our spectroradiometer. And as you can see, this is a general image of how the light moves through the instrument to each detector. So again, harping on some of the advantages of the NaturaSpec Ultra, the auto optimization process will take an automatic dark current correction with every scan, auto exposure of each detector to optimize how much signal will get to the detectors without saturating, and auto averaging for each scan. This makes for the best repeatability and quality of the data, and simplicity with quick acquisition time. So most of the data collection is automated. It makes it simple to use in the field and quick. And as far as what comes in the NaturaSpec bundle, it will give you everything you need to do field remote sensing research for all of the use cases that Nicholas talked about, whether it be mining, environmental remote sensing, mineral deposit vectoring, or climate research. So the NaturaSpec bundle will come with a 1.5 meter fiber optic cable. It'll be radiometrically calibrated. It will come with our Darwin data acquisition software that allows for visualization as well as some data processing, high capacity batteries and a charger, a pistol grip with a remote sensing trigger for ease of use in the field, as well as a white reference panel, a custom backpack, and a foam-lined travel hard case for traveling to your site and storage. So one of the primary applications is in environmental research. So remote sensing, climate research, classification and identification of or speciation of vegetation, crop health, precision agriculture is a big use case for one of these instruments, as well as assessing different nutrient contents or biomass within soils or vegetation. So it allows you to be very targeted in research in a wide array of vegetation applications. So this is a very interesting application for this instrument. We were actually able to do a study on the hemlock woolly adelgid infestation. So this is a infestation that is greatly affecting the tree populations. And as you can see here, the green line is one of our high resolution instruments, and the red line is our NaturaSpec Ultra. And as you can see, with even high resolution instruments, it is difficult to see the features from the wool sacks on these vegetations. So you can see the absorption features in this red box here that are as a result of the wool sacks. The Darwin acquisition software also allows you to target features like this and isolate them better, unmix your spectral features. But as you can see, they're very small. They're very small objects on this vegetation, on these leaves, and even the smallest. The instrument is sensitive enough to pick up the reflection off of those. So it's very useful for environmental applications or invasive species. It's also very useful in soil and mineral analysis with soil fertility, soil contamination, mineral identification, and alteration mapping, as well as core logging, which is very common. And so you can see here the green line has more features that are generalized by high resolution instruments. So this is really a premium product that's going to give you the most amount of spectral data out of your, or usable data out of your scans. So generally, you will get more information out of scans from a NaturaSpec Ultra than any other field instrument currently. And another use case is in the rare earths. So as you can see, you get a lot more features in the green lines, which is scanned with the NaturaSpec Ultra, compared to our standard resolution instrument, which is the red lines. So rare earth and acquisition of that is a very important application for this instrument, and the NaturaSpec Ultra would be an excellent tool for the rare earth industry. So In conclusion, the NaturaSpec Ultra is the result of over 20 years of development and innovations. It sets a new standard for field spectroscopy, and the versatility of the NaturaSpec Ultra makes it an ideal instrument for nearly any applications. Thank you very much. I'm happy to answer any questions now. Thanks.